Hi guys, this is Nitesh and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to share with you some amazing face reading insights where I'm going to share about the right side of your face, the left side of your face, and by the end of this video, I'm going to ask you to divide your face into two halves, not practically but on your picture, and I'm going to share with you some amazing insights, the application of which you're going to apply it on your elderly, and you're going to unveil a magical observation, a kind of an observation that you will see mostly in 80 to 90% of the faces. And this, I believe, is going to prove to be pretty handful to you to learn face reading and just to understand people better, because the two sides of the face has some amazing insights. So let's go into the magic board to unveil those secrets and learn this magical insight that I'm going to share with you about face reading. Welcome to the magic board, guys. And herein, I'll share, of course, that I said in the intro that you're going to learn more about the two halves of your face. That means the two vertical halves of your face. That means the left side of your face, the right side of your face. And to begin that demonstration, what I want you to do is to observe few of the faces that I have captured here. Of course, these faces are the one who are a little elderly, because what we are going to do is we are going to observe the lines on the face. The very first part is we are going to observe the lines on the face, and we are going to observe on which side of the face the lines on the face are more, right? So the second task is observe on which side of the face the lines are more. Okay, so I have six picture in front of you, and I want you to observe this particular thing that I have told, that just observe whether the lines on the face are more on the left part or on the right part of the face. And what you can do is just imagine a vertical line that you are drawing from the middle of the face here, and then observe the left side of the face and the right side of the face, right? So that is what you need to do. So I'll zoom in the picture. Let me just create a line here for one of the person so that you can observe which side has more lines, right? So let me zoom in the picture, and here if you see, this is the left part of the face, this is the right part of the face, right side of the face. And I'll also give meaning as to the answers that holds true, right? So just at this point, just observe which part has more lines. So as you could compare, the right half of the face seems to be less marked, seems to be less lined, right? So if you observe, let me just take this particular thing here. Yes, so here you have a line, here you don't have a line, right? So here you can see this is also the marking, this also is the marking, this also is the marking, which is kind of lacking on the right front, or it's not as prominent as on the left side. This marking is also on the left side of the face, right? If you observe more deeply, there are more lines that are there on the left side of the face, right? Left side of the face, you can see these are the lines that are there, these are the lines that are there, which are less prominent on the right side of the face, right? All this has reason. Just be there with me, because you are going to uncover a beautiful insight of face reading, right? So you have observed that the left side of the face is more lined for this man, is more lined, right? Of course, the line has different sorts of meaning. These are joy lines that go up there. When this crosses the eyebrow mark, it can potentially be a sign of mania that a person can observe. These are the lines that go through the sorrow region, that are grief lines. But I'm not going to tell the meaning of these lines, but I'm going to ask you to observe just a few important things so that you'll uncover a different meaning on the two sides of the face. So now I'll go on to the other face. So let me just randomly select it. Let me go to this amazing old lady. So by the way, I have got these pictures from pexels.com, which is a free platform for creatives, and one can easily go there and use it for the creative purposes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm again going to create a line here. Let me select a white sort of seen here so that you can easily distinguish between the two halves of the face, right? So now you can easily spot the lines. I have zoomed in the picture. So if you observe this particular line here, it's not there on the right side of the face. So this is the right side, this is the left side of the face. So I'm imagining basis on where the person is in front of the camera, right? So on your way of looking, the left side of the face becomes the right part onto the camera that you're seeing, right? But it's actually the left side of the face, and this is actually the right side of the face. So if you observe, this line is not there on the right side of the face, right? It's not extremely prominent, right? And if you see, this is pretty heavily marked, this region. This is also heavily marked but not as prominent as on the left side, right? This region is pretty heavily marked here. It's slightly less here on the right side of the face. This part, if you see, is pretty heavily marked back again. This is less marked, right? So again, an observation that you have created is the left side of the face is the left side of the face is marked a little more than the right side of the face. Left side of the face marked more, right? So again, I'm going to go on to the next person, and then you're going to discover an insightful part here. So let me go to this particular lady, right? And again, I'm going to divide her face for the demonstration reason into vertical half from the central meridian. So this is the central meridian that kind of comes from the center of the hairline and kind of cuts your nose in between, and your face in between. And in the next slide, I'm going to share with you the fun activity that I want you to do. But herein, just observe which part of the face or side of the face is marked more. So clearly, if you can see, this part is heavily marked, which you cannot see very much here. So if I zoom in, this is the line that you can see here, right? Here you cannot see that strong a line, right? That stronger marking. You can see a marking pretty much here. You cannot see that strong a marking here, right? You can see strong markings here in this particular region. Here also it is strong, but not as prominent as on the left side of the face, right? Again, if you see, there are markers in here. There are no prominent markers well in here. Again, if you observe this part of the region, it's pretty heavily marked. This is also heavily marked, but not as prominent as on the left part of the face, right? So again, left side is marked more heavily than the right side of the face, right? So this is the observation again on the third lady. Now I'll go on one more face to prove this particular point. And then I'm going to reveal an insightful lesson for you, or an insightful discovery that you can learn from the facts that are based on science, and how you can apply it in face reading, right? So again, this man has less lines in comparison to the other faces that we have discovered. Of course, how lines are created is when your face gets a little drier, or you're more emotionally expressive, and lines are kept as a marking or as a stain on the face that represents a certain set of emotions that you have experienced in your lifetime. And when you kind of repeat those emotions regularly, lines are kept as a marker, as a reminder that you have experienced that emotion. It's nothing to do with bad or good. It's just something that indicates a kind of emotion that you have experienced, right? So clearly, I can see this particular man has this line prominent on the right side. You cannot see, right? I have not divided, but just have a rough idea here. Also, if I zoom in, this particular area is lined more on the right side of the face. If you see, this is not majorly lined, right? This also is lined here. This particular two lines are lined here. Here it is one line and not that prominent as well, right? So again, we observe that the left side of the face is marked more heavily than the right side of the face, right? Similarly, you will observe in these two faces that we have not covered here that the left part has more markings than the right part. In this particular lady also, you will see the similar thing. And there is a reason why I'm telling this, is because the right side of our brain governs the left side of our body and the left side of our face. And what right brain is responsible for? Right brain is responsible for the emotion part. It's responsible for the feelings part. It's responsible for how you're suffering, you're feeling it through the emotions. And when there is an emotional aspect involved, the right side of the brain gets involved. And because right side of the brain governs the left side of our body and so the left side of the face, so you'll observe, because lines are created through emotional and sufferings that we go through, the left side of the face is generally marked more than the right side of the face, because whenever you experience a sort of emotions, a sort of suffering, a sort of happiness, a joy, a delight, a sorrow, a death of a grieved one, or a loss of somebody whom you considered pretty dear, all of those emotions kind of gets marked on the left side of the face more than the right side of the face. So left brain governs the right side of the body, and left brain is responsible for more logical self. It's responsible for more of how you want to put yourself out in the world and how you want others to see. It's generally a more logical and practical component. That's why on the right side of the face, if you see, you'll get to see less markings, you'll get to see less lines. And that's one of the amazing discoveries which you're going to see once you observe your elderly, maybe your grandparents, that their faces on the left side of their face is marked more than on the right side. And each of these lines has a certain sets of meanings. And as I mentioned, lines are created as a mark of emotion that was left, and it expresses a certain sets of joy, it expresses certain sets of sorrow, grief, but it all has meaning. And when emotions are felt, they are kind of they kind of make a place on your face to kind of act as a memory of them. So it's important that you don't cultivate a lot of sorrow lines or grief lines, because in this man's case, if you see, there is a sort of a strong line that is passing from this particular region, and this is a grief line. Now when it goes from this particular region up till this point, it is good, it is a sad line, but it's like whatever goes up comes down. But when it passes down to the cheek area, that is known also as the breath of life, it kind of gets into the grief or sorrow territory, like a deeper grief that one may find it difficult to get over. Although in a normal passage of life, it's a very normal emotion that we all experience, but it's important that we find a way to move over, we find a way to kind of get over it, right? So it's important that you realize, firstly, that the left part of the face is generally marked more heavily than the right side of the face. The reason is that right brain governs the aspects of emotions, and whenever there is aspects of feelings involved, those feelings over a period of time, when we get old, gets marked on the left side of the face. And all of these lines has certain meanings. In the other sets of videos, I do have made as to what a certain line means. You can definitely explore my YouTube video and go ahead and check that video out. But in this video, as I mentioned, I wanted to reveal this magical insight. And in the next slide, what I have for you is I want you to do an activity where I want you to cut your face into 2 vertical halves. And I'm going to share with you how your face may look like basis on the demonstration of this man. Again, I got this picture from pexels.com, and I'm going to use his face as a demonstration to unlock what you can do with your face and how the 2 sides of your face can show certain things about yourself, right? So just take a picture, a front facing picture of you, right? A front facing picture where both sides are kind of properly visible, clearly, not side angled ones where the side face is dominated, because it's important, because what we are going to do is we are going to cut the face into halves and then flip the left side to the right side and right side to the left side and then make a face. I'm going to show you in the real time what you can do it. and how you need to go about it. So I'll be going to this particular picture. So you can go into your picture like this. So I have it in my photos gallery. And what I want you to do is firstly divide your face into half, right? Herein what I'll do is I'll cut this face into vertical half like this. Okay. So I'm going to edit this by cutting the picture from left half and right half. I have a picture in the next slide, but I'll want you to just have a look as to how you can do it. So I'll select the crop feature here, and so this is the right side of the face, right? This is the right side of the face. So I'm going to take up till the central meridian of the face and pass it through the nose region, right? So what I want you to do is take this right side of the face, okay, and place it on your GoodNote section or wherever you have your canvas design. So right part of the face, so what I have done here is that I have taken this right side of the face and captured it here, right, on the right itself. And again, what I want you to do is once you have your right side of the face here, I want you to take a left side of the face back again. So how you can do that is by cropping your picture from the central meridian, that is from the hairline, to somewhere close to the middle of the nose area. It's just about a sort of gauge where your left side of the face is, and so that you can flip it to the right side. So now this is the left side of the face, right? Left side of the face of this man. So here in the bottom, what I have done is I have taken the left side of the face the way it is. So here is the original picture, right? Here is the original picture, and I have taken the right side here, firstly right side here, right? And then I have put it the way it is on the right. And then I have taken the left side here, left side of the face, and I have put in on the left of this particular image. Now what I want you to do is to flip this image. So this was the left part, right? In your editor section of your phone, what you can do is once you go on the edit, herein you can select crop and you can flip it. So I can flip it from the iPad here this particular way. So it was initially the left side of the face, right? It was initially the left side of the face, and now I'll flip it. And it turned to the right. So what I did was on the left part, that was the true part that was here, I flipped it to the right part of the face and flipped it here. And similarly, what I did for the right part is right part I flipped to the left part, and then I made a face, right? So again, that is where the important aspect of the two sides of the face makes sense, wherein if you see and compare, this was the original face, right? This is the original face. So as I mentioned in one of the other videos where I have described about the two sides of the face, so right side of the face reveals how you want public or people to see you, whereas left side of the face reveals your private life, right? It reveals your inner self. It reveals what you feel personally and what you feel privately. It may be so much that you may feel something, but you express it differently. Let's say in the life of actors, where they may not be as open as they need to be about their personal life, or performers like cricket stars or baseball stars or football stars, where in public they may show a different version of themselves than what they are about their private life, or they may not even show a lot of their private life to you. And all of these can be revealed from the face, in a sense that if you find a person who is more open outwardly, but kind of not want to show a lot of private self, or who may appear quite approachable, but internally he's kind of scrutinizing you, then you'll observe that their right part of the face or right part of their eye would be more open than the left part of the eye. And as I mentioned that the left part of the face reveals more about the private life. Similarly, if you observe that eyes are a little less open than the right eye, it indicates that particular aspect, that a person may be appearing to be pretty open at the first place, but actually he may be more scrutinizing and he may be pretty tough to kind of make inroads in, right? And this holds true for both the genders, right? It's not he, it also applies to she, right? So that is the thing. And one more thing, if you want to observe, is that the two faces looks quite different from each other, right? If you see, so this becomes three faces of yours, where this is the original face that you were born with and you have kind of developed into, and this is the image that I have made, flipping the right side of the face to the left side. It appears kind of more confident, so this person may want to be, or want to appear more confident with respect to when he shows himself in public, right? This is the more confident aspect of him. And by study also, it is revealed that we tend to focus more on the right side of the face while talking than on the left side of the face. So this is something which again is a new insight for you. And just observe yourself when you're looking and talking with people, whether you are focusing more on the right side or on the left side. Studies have revealed that we tend to focus more on the right side of the face, and when we tend to focus more on the left side of the face, it can appear a little more touchy for people, or it can appear a little difficult. So you'll tend to observe in you also that maybe you also focus more on the right side of the face. Then if we observe the left half of his face, so from here that I have flipped to the right side, so you'll observe a more kind of a kinder person, right? More kind of a soft person. Whereas if you see this particular picture, which is the same picture, he is somebody who looks a little more confident. Here he looks a little more kinder, right? So this is kind of a combination between how a person can be publicly and how a person can be privately or with the closed ones, right? So this is the magic that you can discover when you learn about face reading. So when you're cutting your face into two halves, just observe the two eyesets that you have and observe that whether they are of the same length, whether the iris part is visible on the same front or there is some aspect hidden. So if you observe in this particular man, the eyebrow part is kind of covered by the lid here. If you see, it's covered by the lid part here. A little extra lid, upper lid, eyelid is here, but here it's not that much, right? So it kind of can mean that publicly he may not want to reveal more information about himself, right? That is one of the aspects where he can be a little secretive. So all these aspects reveal certain things, and because eyes are the gateway to the soul, eyes are the gateway to what your inner self feels like, eyes can reveal a lot of information, right? So again, as I mentioned in the first slide, that the lines on the left side of the face can be a little more marked than the right side of the face. So this man also entails that, and it holds true for them. Although in some cases, maybe if you have experienced a lot of difficulty in work life, maybe your right part of the face could be marked more, but in general your left side of the face will be marked more because it is governed by the right part of your brain that is more responsible for feelings, for emotions, and for all the things where sufferings are involved. So yes, that is pretty much it for the video. And what you can do now is you can cut your face into two halves, but make sure that you're taking your front facing picture, which is kind of appearing a little balanced at the front, so that you can cut it and kind of do the activity that I've stated, and just observe and play with your face. And if you want to kind of see the magic of lines, what you can do is take your grandparents' picture and do this sort of activity that I have told, where you can draw a line and observe whether they're marked more on the right or on the left, and let me know in the comment section how you feel about it, right? And if you want to learn more of face reading and more of the basic aspects of 5 elements, the 19 facial traits that are there on the face in a systematic way, you can head over to my website, that is chehraspeaks.com, and you'll get the link in the description for sure. And here you can see my website, wherein I have shared about how you can get a face reading. So this will redirect you to my business WhatsApp account, wherein you can wherein you can know about the services. And here is a feedback of my clients of how they have experienced their face reading, and you can go ahead and see that. And then there's a small window that appears like learn face reading with Nitesh Kunani, which is my name. And this is a picture that was taken in Vietnam, and I have told a lot about this picture in some of the other videos as well. So if you're kind of bored, you may have to listen through it. And you can go ahead by clicking this link, which is the face reading masterclass, and this will redirect you to a different web page. But the services that are there that I offer on my site as relationship reading, which is more focused on the aspect of relationship between two partners, how they can improve compatibility. The general reading is more of an individual centric reading, where I tell people about their strengths, their love tendencies, their money bags in the face, and a lot more, right? So you can discover this website for getting the face reading, and this particular block you can click to head to the web page, wherein I have shared the gift of face reading and how you can learn the basics of face reading. So this is my table where I do keep my monitor to shoot my video, and this is kind of an intro video to the course itself. You can listen to the intro, and this is a course that is a combination of two courses, where in the first course I have shared about 19 facial traits, and the second course I have shared about the power of 5 elements from the Chinese medicine, right? So those are the baselines that I have designed my course on, and it's also contains and entails a lot of celebrity reads that I have done for the demonstration purposes, and it has more than like 45 videos, I believe. So you are going to learn a lot within that course for sure. And yes, let me head back to the slide, and enough of promotion that I did up till now, right? So yes, thank you so much guys for being there. If you're still there and watching this video, enjoy cutting your face into 2 halves until I see you in the next video. So take care, bye bye, have an awesome day ahead.